hearing they ban OnlyFans. Shit, that's crazy. So y'all ladies going from selling your innards to the world for a Happy Meal to packing up a Happy Meal to go. That shit crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, this a video about Maury. They just banned OnlyFans. We gonna see what's happening, man. Shit crazy.
You heard that right. They are officially banning OnlyFans, and the country that's doing this, because it's not yet global, is Sweden. Sweden is leading the charge in banning OnlyFans. Well, not entirely, but you'll hear the details later. But obviously, before we go any further...
Oh, okay. I was about to say. All you boppers elsewhere in the world, count your days though. Y'all lucky, but Sweden is finito. Y'all done.
The video, be sure to like the video, comment down below, maybe share with your friends and family, and I don't know, grab a cold one, get some popcorn, sit down and let's listen to the story. Now, according to the New York
Show some
Post,
love, show some love.
OnlyFans users in Sweden could face prison sentences under a harsh new law that treats buying online X shows the same as paying a prostitute for X. Now, obviously, I'm having to censor certain letters and words because I don't want to get flagged by YouTube, but you can pretty much understand what I'm...
That's crazy. I mean, it is basically, you know, I don't know if I can say the word, but you selling your body. What you expect? And now they giving jail time. Y'all gonna have to go back to school, learn a trade or something. Be useful to society, because clearly they trying to patch this shit for all the right reasons.
Trying to say, for the people who are currently users of OnlyFans who buy content in the country of Sweden, or even if you are outside the country of Sweden but are a Sweden national, resident, or citizen, you could be charged with sex crimes if you buy content from the platform, essentially. And by the way, I hear this doesn't apply to the people making the content, just for the people actually purchasing the content, which is the most dumb thing I've heard all day. But also, it's kind of like this, you're trying to tackle a drug problem, right? Your entire population.
Oh. No, that's crazy. But yeah, you weirdos, y'all be packed up too. Damn. They ain't trying to charge the people doing it. Crazy.
Is addicted, full of druggies and drug dealers. You then decide to make a law criminalizing buying drugs for the drug addicts. So all the drug addicts, if they're caught with X drug, they're gonna go to prison or cop a felony charge. But as for the people creating these addictive ass drugs and exacerbating the problem, you're giving them a cop out. In fact, you're not even charging them. You're just continuing to allow them to create the drug that got these people addicted in the first place. So like, what the... This is the same thing. People buy the OnlyFans, they go to jail. But the people creating the OnlyFans...
So you telling me they gonna charge the OF models or whatever y'all call it? I mean, no, they getting off scotch-free. But the weirdos that are purchasing that, they getting jail time. I don't know. That don't add up to me, man. That's crazy.
They go to jail. But the people creating the OnlyFans, they get a free pass? How does that make any sense? But they also say the law, which will take effect July 1st, also criminalizes profiting from or promoting others who perform sexual acts for payment on demand. So apparently this will be prioritizing sex creators, sex workers on OnlyFans who I suppose live stream and get payments in real time from their viewers. So in a way, these people will be penalized for that specifically. But then an easy loophole around that would just be to not live stream. So you wouldn't get donos in demand. You could just, like, I don't know, upload pre-recorded content and skirt the new law in that way without really getting penalized or your account getting shut down or whatever. Or you could just simply, if you have the means of doing so.
They ain't getting nothing. They getting off scotch-free. They can still pop their cherry for the whole world to see and get nothing. No bans, no criminal time, no nothing. They get off scotch-free. What does this tell ya? You can't purchase it in Sweden, but they can still make that. But if they ain't purchasing, how they gonna get paid? So they just making it just to make it? And,
Move out of Sweden. I mean, there's
shit.
plenty of European countries in Europe, aside from Sweden, that you could easily continue to make your continent without having any mishaps.
Australia's filled with gooners, bro. Damn, that's crazy. Y'all gotta slow down, man.
But again, it's really not that serious to me, like in terms of like the OnlyFans, like bro, just go to a new platform or get a fucking job. I don't know, like meanwhile I'm saying get a job when essentially me and OnlyFans creators are doing the same exact things, just in different ways for money. Using our bodies to provide entertainment for our viewers in exchange for money. I mean, it's basically the same shit, just I'm not getting my booty hole penetrated. But anyway, they say
I was about to say. Us content creators, we ain't defiling our bodies. We're not getting finagled on camera. That's what they doing, right?
a little baddie, a little something digitally, remotely to show me them things, I should be able to do so. Like, why are you restricting my freedom to see them tatas? To see what that mouth do? Like, they really think this law is gonna do anything for anybody who wants to participate in this behavior, bro. Like, all you're doing, really, because if they're gonna ban OnlyFans or any of these other platforms like OnlyFans, all you're doing is just pushing this to the black market like it's always been in, like for thousands of years. This is the oldest profession in history. Women and men are not gonna start participating in their natural based desires because a fucking law says so. Some old ass gray haired politicians who probably do the same thing, who probably engage in the same behavior, are trying to now make it into a law because they don't want to solve the root problem. Listen, the root problem isn't sex work. All right, sex work is a part of human history, literally the first professions. It's not sex work that's the problem. All right, if we want to talk about the real problem, one of the real problems is the lack of intimacy, both men and women, like actual intimacy, like love and, respect and loyalty and, connections, family and all that shit that, humans and men and women have been doing for millennia. Like, these are the things that give like people purpose. And like now that purpose has kind of been stripped away for a lot of people, they sedate themselves with stuff like OnlyFans and, other forms of vices like drugs and alcohol and I don't know, popping pills. Like, hey, OnlyFans is not the problem. It's a symptom. And that's just the reality of it. And these politicians they fail to see that, They can't see the forest for the trees or the trees for the forest, whatever the phrase is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to take a step back. Instead of putting Band-Aids on things, instead of like, fixing things short term, we have to plan for the long term. And I suppose, hey, this is just a patchwork in my opinion. It's not going to really do anything. If OnlyFans goes down, another site will pop up. And if that goes down, that site will, be replaced by another, and so on and so forth. You know, this is not effective in my opinion. And to be honest, I don't care. I just found this story interesting, and I know it's not going to work. You know, it's kind of like the 1920s prohibition. They tried to ban alcohol. What did that do? That made literally the mafia billionaires adjusted for inflation. I literally did the research about a week and a half ago. It made them billionaires adjusted for inflation. That's how much money they made on the black market because the government and the politicians started, oh my God, let's stop people from drinking, something human beings, people have been doing in society for thousands of years, by banning it. I'm sure that'll work well. We saw how that worked out. It did not. But instead of my yapping, because I know you guys want to hear more of the story, this is the politician right here, one of the people who voted on the bill, Carvajalo. She said she's a part of Sweden's left-wing opposition party, which are the Social Democrats over there, and said the law is not aimed at targeting OnlyFans models themselves. Voted on the bill, Carvajalo. She said she's a part of Sweden's left-wing opposition party, which are the Social Democrats over there, and said the law is not aimed at targeting OnlyFans models themselves. So like I said, basically targeting the drug addicts instead of the drug dealers. Kinda dumb, actually very dumb, but hey, it's Sweden. They do a lot of dumb shit over. Instead, it will protect young people and other individuals.
What? Well, no. This has to be the dumbest shit ever. So all these shorties on OnlyFans, what are they doing? They're exploiting themselves for money. This is modern day, I can't say the word, but you know what I mean. They're selling their bodies. How is that protecting young people? Like I said before, they get rid of OF, it's gonna be a new OF or something of a different name. Hey man, big shout out to Sweden for IKEA, but I don't know about y'all. Y'all operate different, that's all I gotta say.
She pointed to links between online exploitation and grooming with drug abuse, human trafficking, and prostitution. Yeah, as if OnlyFans was the forefront of that. As if that didn't exist hundreds of years before OnlyFans was even a thing. Okay. The bill was proposed by Swedish Parliament's Justice Committee and received cross-party backing. And then they show a picture of some young lady with her Instagram handle who's supposedly an OnlyFans girl. And they say in Sweden, paying for X is already illegal and faces a sentence of up to 1 year in prison. Wow. A lot of people must be in prison. Sweden's sex trafficking laws focus on punishing the buyers, but not the sex workers. That is retarded, in my opinion. Again, you're punishing the drug addicts instead of the actual drug dealers. Does that make any sense? Why not just punish both if that's the case? Literally, make it fair. Punish both. They also say,
yeah, address both parties. If you address one party and then bat an eye to another, what you gonna get in return? Absolutely nothing. Come on,
carries a maximum sentence for 4 years in prison. Okay, that's not too bad. This new law cracking down on OnlyFans and other adult sites is similar to the SESTA FOSTA law passed in the U.S. in 2018, President Trump's first term in office, which punished platforms that facilitate sex work. Igit Aiden, activist at the, I'm sorry, this is a weird ass name, but his name is Igit Aiden, activist at the European Ex-Workers Rights Alliance, told this news blog. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much the end of the article. All I gotta say is, listen, you guys already know me. I don't really do the whole like left-leaning thing, the right-leaning thing. I'm not even a libertarian anymore. I just call myself, I'm on my not labeling things journey, and to be honest, I just like err on the side of logic. Logically, in my opinion, this law makes no sense if you're going to be punishing one side and not the other side. Literally, it would be more effective if you're going to go after the creators of said drug or content. Although they do have a caveat saying that they're going to fine people or punish them if they're like a creator live streaming said content, but then again, you just don't have to live stream. But again, logically, to me, OnlyFans is a relatively new invention. Sex work has been happening for thousands of years. The supposed exploitation of young people in sex work has been happening for thousands of years. I mean, brothels have been here for thousands of years. It's ingrained in our...
But yeah, it's a revolving door at the end of the day. One thing goes down, another comes up. But they got a whole alliance? They got rights for these hoes, bruh. That's crazy. Nah, that's actually wild, bruh. So if you want to get rid of it, let's say in a hypothetical world, they trying to get rid of it all. You gotta address both parties, the buyer and the seller. But if you're gonna protect the workers, right? They ain't gonna stop. They're just gonna switch to the next platform that's supplying the funds. That's just how it is going to work. I don't know, man. Hey, to each their own. To each their own. But there's always gonna be loopholes at the end of the day. This just weird, bruh. That's crazy.
Culture. Do I think it's right or wrong? Absolutely not. The only wrong I see in these types of work is if you're doing it against your will, like you're legitimately being pimped out, gun to the back of your head, like, bruh, like that type of shit, like you're a slave essentially. But for the vast majority of like sex work where it's just like random people, women and shit, you know, just trying to make a quick buck, consensually men that I guess they want money from, I really couldn't give a fuck less. But if they want to, you know, punish those men, they got to punish the women too. Like, got to keep it fair. Or the men with men and the women with women, or whatever fucking, you know, identities or genders your specific service caters to. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down below.
But yeah, punish the hoes and the simps, bruh. Like, majority of these women, like, I don't know, they might be some trafficking going on the platform. Like, send them folks to the gulag, bruh. Whoever's doing that. You know, but majority of them, the women that are of age, know that they know what they're doing initially, so they're not getting punished, but the suppliers are. I'm not on anybody's side, mind you, bruh. I feel like this shit is a sickness, bruh. It ain't gonna help your life. Your health is gonna deteriorate. The providers and the buyers, both y'all healths, they ain't doing too good to begin with. Alright, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's a sick world, but these type of things, you can say all you want, try to get rid of them and stuff of that nature, but it just ain't gonna happen. There's always gonna be something new, because once something starts making money, it's up with. They're never going to stop. And it's a big part of the entertainment business that's racking in all this money, bro. They ain't stopping anytime soon for nobody. The government can say one thing, they're gonna find another outlet. But hey, man, Sweden, to all my Sweden Gooners, bro, your time is up, buddy. Buddies. That's crazy. But hey, man, shout out to Morton for the video. Hopefully y'all like and sub up, man. Till next time, stay blessed and peace.